Right, so today I'm going to be showing you how to move the UI view up when a keyboard is shown, which is a problem I encountered quite a bit, and there wasn't much help for it on the internet and definitely wasn't any on YouTube. So let's begin by creating a new project. This is a single view application, and let's just call this test. Next, create. Okay, so let's just get this screen a bit bigger. Right. Let's go into the view controller M, and in here in the view did load, I am going to paste in these two lines of code here. I'm going to paste the code in and then explain a bit later if you don't actually understand what's going on here. I'm also going to put the code in the description because I know sometimes people don't put it in there and it can be pretty frustrating when people don't put it in there. So we've got these two lines in here. This is in the view did load method. I'm now going to make a bit of space here for the other two methods, which I'm just about to paste in. Now, as you can see, we have keyboard did show and keyboard did hide. They're pretty self-explanatory, and also related to them are these observer methods here. Again, keyboard did show, keyboard did hide. Now, within the keyboard did show and the keyboard did hide methods, they are if and else statements, and again if and else statements, and these detect if the bounds of the screen are 5, 6, 8, which is the iPhone 5 height. That's the height of the screen, so it's saying if this is an iPhone 5 then do this, else do this. Again, if it's an iPhone 5 do this, else do this. And it's setting, as the keyboard hides here, it's setting it back to the correct dimensions of the iPhone that the user is using. So up in the keyboard did show method, we have it's given us a minus of 35 here, and again another minus of 35 here, which will bump the screen down by 35 points. This is done in points. I'll show you in a bit more detail once we get it up in an example here. Let's get up, for example, say if you had a text view in the middle of the screen and you wanted to put, maybe a user could input something down at the bottom, and you know straight off the bat that the keyboard is going to hide it, because I mean that keyboard takes up about a third of the screen. So if I can just find the text field, if we put a text field in there, we know straight away that a keyboard is going to just cover this sort of area here. Let's go and test. Let's see if this builds what I've already put in. Right, so here is the user input area, and it has bumped it up there a little bit, but it's not as much as we'd like it to. So let's just go back and examine the code again and see what it's doing. So we've made it go minus 35, so we probably need this more in the area of 80 points. And again, for that one it's 80, so it's the iPhone 5 and any other device it will do minus 80, and that's what we'd like for this example. Let's build that again. And now if we click on here, there we go, it's bumped up even more. Now we'd probably, for this one, you'd need it, I don't know, if you wanted it in this area, it'd be maybe minus 90, minus 100. This is not a tutorial of showing you how to resign first responder, which is, by that I mean, when you click up here, the keyboard will hide again. There are many tutorials out there that show you how to do hiding the keyboard. I just couldn't find one that showed you how to move the view up. That's why I'm showing you guys how to do this. So yeah, here's the code. We have these two observers at the top, which are linked down to keyboard did show and also keyboard did hide. These are both if-else statements detecting whether or not it is an iPhone 5 and then reposition it accordingly. And again, down here, as it hides, it will move it back up and change them back to these dimensions. I hope this has been a help to you, and I'll bring some more tutorials when I find some problems that I can't get over and I really couldn't find an answer for on the internet. Okay, cheers.